Hi, everybody. Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage as we take a look at the gentlemen who will be on the floor first for Bishop State. Joseph Frazier, Marvin McGee IV, Michael Kennard, Eugene Alvin, and Seth Granberry. Granberry of that quintet is the top scorer, averaging right at 12 per game. Their leading scorer comes in off the bench, Kennard Bodie, at least will today. But those are the five for Bishop State. Meanwhile, on the other side of the floor, it's the same five that began the last time we were here. Rontavious Blackshear, Ozell Purifoy, Parker Williams, Mackie McIntosh, who leads this team in scoring with 17 a game. And Joshua Whitehurst. Of course, the other double-digit scorer for Coastal Alabama North is Blackshear, averaging 15 a game. So you've been introduced to the gentlemen who will combat, and we are ready for the second of two. Happy holidays to you on a cloudy, cool day. Looks a little bit like snow, but there's several things that would keep that from happening. One, it's too warm. Two, we're too far south. Three, it hasn't happened in 30-something years. So I'm not sure we're going to have a white Christmas, but we've got some great basketball for you. Williams feeding it into the corner. Three ball, rocketed in by Purifoy. And the opening points in this one belong to Coastal North. Tell you what Coastal North would like to do today, as that one is headed backcourt. They would like to do to Bishop State what the Lady Coyotes did to East Central on Monday. The Lady Coyotes had lost East Central 98-50 by 48 in their first meeting in November. And then they came back and knocked them off by 6 on their second meeting in December. Well, these two teams met on the 20th of November. It was a big 83-49 Bishop State win. Coastal North would like to return the favor. Knock them off here in Monroeville in the second meeting between the two. Shot clock violation. And Bishop State will have it. Put in play to Granberry. In the corner, that is McGee. Picks up the dribble. Top side give, Alvin. Out of the corner, Granberry, top of the key. Shot clock down to 10. Granberry for three, ties it up. Blackshear over to Williams. Halftime, we talked with Daniel Head, the AD of all the Coastals. Williams being harassed by Kennard, able to get rid of it to Blackshear. Down and goes to McIntosh. Off the fingertips and out of bounds. Here comes Abdul Bayai into the game. He's been off the floor for an extended period of time due to injury. Back into the game. Good to see him back in Monroeville. Over to Kennard. Down low, that is Alvin. Alvin for two, and Bishop State with their first lead. Handed over to Bayai. Works his way to the mid part of the floor in the allotted 10. Into the corner to Whitehurst, kicks it to the opposite corner. Purifoy wants another three. This one dips in and out. Alvin with the board. Fed over to McGee, who'll bring it to the top of the key. Screen set by Kennard. Alvin on the floor with the dribble. McIntosh defending. Granberry's got it. Top of the key, feed over to Kennard. Frazier from the elbow. Rebounded by Purifoy. Able to get out of the way of a quartet of Wildcats trying to strip him of the round ball. Brings it into the paint, got the bucket, drew the foul. Has a chance for three. And Purifoy has got all of the early Coastal North points. Hit a three from the corner and now has a chance to cap off a three from the line. Trying to give the lead back to Coastal Alabama North. (6-5) Coyote lead. That is perimeter two. It is in the bottom of the barrel, put there by Frazier. And got a delay of game warning on Kennard. So got some early flip-flopping. Lead from home team to visitor, back to home team, back to visitor. Purifoy with a miss. Rebounded by Granberry. Short of the effort from 6 feet out, shoved it back onto the floor into the hands of Frazier. Kennard back over to Frazier. Frazier working into the timeline. Blackshear defending. Top side to Kennard. That is Granberry with it. He'll shoot the three. It'll come up short. And Coastal North will have it. Bishop State, a Division I team in the ACCC. Coastal North is a Division II. These two teams used to both be part of the South Division when there was only a single division of the ACCC. Blackshear partially blocked by Alvin. Put back good after the miss. McGee able to tip it in. Bayeye bringing it down the floor. Over it goes into the corner. Blackshear for three. In and out. McGee with a grab. A little bit short on the stripe shot from McGee. Frazier back over to McGee. Backs out and tries a little longer bucket. This one good from behind the arc. And Bishop State is doubled up on Coastal North. Bayeye walking into the timeline on the right side. And McIntosh not able to save an errant pass. So the Wildcats will put it in play. They'll do so from the near sidelines. Trey Durant coming into the game for the Coyotes. Also, Micah Willis is in. Whitehurst off the floor, and Purifoy, who has accounted for 6 of the Coyotes' 7, will take a brief breather and go to the sidelines. Willis able to steal it away. It is Kevin Gagbara who is into the game and threw it away. Gagbara putting it in play to Granberry. Slammed in by Frazier. Bayai to put it in play, does so to Willis. Back over to Bayai. McIntosh to Bayai. And Bayai kind of an indication of, listen guys, let's just stay calm. Got a lot of game to go. Blackshear for three. Turns it into a 2-point game. Perimeter two, the miss from Frazier. Rebounded by Kennard, brings it back to the glass. It's missed, rolls out off Frazier. Coyotes will put it in play. Coyotes don't play again until next year, third day of 2024, but there is another game before Christmas for Bishop State. They will take on Reed State on Monday. AI backs up, feeds into the corner to Durant. Into the paint, reverses to the left hand. It is rebounded by McGee. Rims out for McGee. And there is going to be a foul on Kagbara. Here comes Kadar Bodie into the game. Marvin McGee will go out. McIntosh coming out of the game for the Coyotes. And Ethan Anderson will check in. Well, in an early back and forth game, Coyotes trying to take the lead back, at least tie it. Over to Anderson. Durant thinking about the three, and there's a foul on the Frazier reach. So let's see who puts it in play from the baseline. As into the game comes Kamen Brown for Bishop State. And Frazier will go out. Bayai putting it in play. Lobbed out to Blackshear. Anderson setting the pick. Bayai for three. Just a little bit strong. And there was a foul on the floor. Let's see who committed the personal. I am not sure. I thought I saw him hold up 4 fingers. But apparently there was a thumb involved too, which would mean Kennard picked up the personal. Willis. Fouled by Kagbara. McGee coming back into the ball game, and Kagbara will go out. Willis at the stripe. Marvin McGee is the second Marvin McGee that we have covered doing JUCO sports. South Georgia Tech used to have a Marvin McGee, who I believe this will be his second year that he is playing at the University of California, Berkeley, if I'm not mistaken. Foul on the floor as it's brought down low by Brown. in a 14-apiece contest. And I think we are at the media timeout. Apparently not. Thought it was the first time out inside 12. Ladies are observing the media timeout. Maybe the guys aren't. Got a jump ball. The Division II Conference Championship will happen in Coastal Alabama South. The Division I has a new location. Alabama A&M last year, but I understand they've actually got a SWAC game the same day as the D1 Conference Championship, March 9th. So it has been moved to the University of Alabama, Huntsville. Granberry with a miss. Bay's got it near the timeline. Over to McIntosh, looking for his first points of the game. Too strong. Anderson with it. McIntosh thought about the three. Durant over to Bay. Over to Durant. The perimeter two is good for Durant. Coyotes with the lead back. Out front it goes to McGee. Bodie in the corner with him. Kennard. That is a three-ball good from long range. Durant, a little strong with the two try, rebounded by McGee. Into the paint, McGee with a miss. Durant's got it. Coyotes trying to get the lead back. Bay with it in the corner. Back over to McIntosh. Averaging 17 a game, but better than 10 minutes in, still scoreless. Over to McIntosh doing a little balancing act. They're on the sidelines to stay in bounds. Tipped out of bounds by Brown. Seven on the shot clock. Granberry and Kennard off the floor. Devin McCain is in. And Eugene Allen is checked back in. Bay had to force the three a little bit strong. Rebounded by Bodie. Underneath off the glass for McGee. John McCants to the scorer's table. Awaiting his opportunity to check into the ball game. Hand into Bay. Three-point game with 9 to play in the half. McIntosh. Anderson with the rebound. Loses it out of bounds, but off the fingertips of McCain. Bishop State sporting a 10-1 record. Only loss of the year to Pensacola State. And it happened after 10 consecutive wins. Coastal Alabama North riding a 2-game win streak. 5-8 coming in. Too strong for Whitehurst. Brown down low, Bodie for two. McCants with it. Over to Purifoy, who is checked back into the game. McCants working his way right side. Trying to flip it over to Whitehurst, tipped out of bounds by Brown. So the Coyotes will keep it. McCants to put it in play. Lobbed out front to Whitehurst. Shot up, nearly got a prayer answered. There is a foul committed on its way into the paint, and that foul committed by Devin McCain. Whitehurst is a 76% free throw shooter. This is the number 5 free throw shooting team in the conference. As a matter of fact, both teams good at the free throws. Coastal North is 5, Bishop State 6 in the conference. I do wonder why they don't split the stats up. If you look at the ACCC stats, it's got 1 and 2 combined. Not really relevant, I guess. As McGee has the steal and McGee has the slam. But I am assuming, and this is just an assumption on my part, that at the end of the year when you're handing out honors, you're going to be handing out honors per division, not just honors as Purifoy will get the bucket and the foul. Not just overall ACCC honors. .7-11 left to play in half number 1. And now the official is trying to let cooler heads prevail. I believe he basically has said, okay, not going to have any of the antics that could lead to a fracas, which we had in the ladies' game. Over to Brown, looks around, gives it out front to Granberry, who's checked back in. McGee, out front, Granberry. Over it goes to Bodie, shoots the 3, too strong. McIntosh with it. Over it goes to Whitehurst. Purifoy to McCants, and McCants for 2. And a timeout on the floor asked for by Bishop State, as the Coyotes have turned it into a 5-point contest. Check that. About a 1-possession game at 3.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master electrical and mechanical skills, process controls, hydraulics and pneumatics, and land a job that can take you anywhere. Start your path to a career that pays. Discover electrical and instrumentation technology at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Well, there's that coaching staff that has propelled the ladies program here at Coastal North to a 9-8 mark. Of course, coach is probably going to say, don't put the camera on me while I'm chowing down, but congratulations to those young ladies. It has been a while since the Lady Coyotes have gone into the Christmas break with a winning mark. But I tell you right now, and things could change, obviously, with the start of the new year. You're hoping you keep everybody grade-wise. Maybe you add somebody that didn't have the grades in the first semester. So the complexion of a team could change from December to January, but right now you got to consider the Coyotes in D2 as one of the potential front runners. They will go into the Christmas break not necessarily with the best conference mark in D2, but they will go in with the best overall mark in D2. 3 ball from Whitehurst. We're tied at 25. Top side to Granbury. Brown lobbing into the opposite corner. Granbury, the 2, short. And it'll go out of bounds off of Travis Johnson. .25 each, 5:32 to play in the half. The last time these two teams met, Bishop State had a 13-point halftime lead. And it's Kennard who gets fouled, bringing it to the glass. South Plains is the #1 D1 men's basketball program in the country at 12-0. And I looked at D2 and cannot recall off the top of my head who the top team is in D2. What I can recall is in D1 and D2, men's and women's basketball, the only current ACCC team ranked is Shelton State in ladies D1. And they are 21 in the country. Purifoy over to Bayeye. Shoots the 3. Kennard down with the rebound. Swatted away by Purifoy, but apparently that is a goaltend. He was headed down towards the cylinder. And Purifoy charged with a goaltend. Do you know how I would love to be charged with a goaltend? It's my dream. Not about a dunk, not about scoring points. It's to be charged with a goaltend. Well, it's not going to happen unless, of course, they lower the goals. Maybe if I went to like a, one of those little league games where they lower the goals to about 8 feet, maybe. I don't know at 8 feet whether I could be charged with a goaltend. Bayeye. Over to Brashawn Williams, who has checked into the game. Well, let's see what the foul is. Going to be charged to Granbury. And it's got Travis Johnson shooting. Game originally slated for a 4 o'clock start. Got a little later start, due primarily to all the time taken to sort out punishment for the fight that broke out in the ladies' game, in which the entire Albany Tech bench was ejected. Cayman Brown at the strike. And I feel fairly certain that all the reviews of game film are not over. .31-25 game. Pei giving it to McIntosh. Whitehurst. This shot retrieved by Brown. Nearly taken away by Blackshear. McGee into the paint, floats it over McIntosh. Short on the first try, good on the second. Lost out of bounds by McIntosh. And Ethan Anderson is going to check into the game and McIntosh come out. Well, our next coverage, it happens after Christmas. We will head to Americus, Georgia, as Anderson comes down with the rebound and gives it to Bayi. Got a great Christmas tournament coming to South Georgia Tech. And I think it starts the 28th. I'll have to check the Google calendar. But I believe Snow College and South Georgia Tech kick it off on the 28th. That'll get away from Kennard, go out of bounds. Coyotes down by 8. 3:08 to play in the half. Bayi out front. Hits the reset button for the offense for North. Anderson. Over to Blackshear to Bayi. Brings it into the paint. Purifoy behind the back near the elbow. He hits the long two. Purifoy averaging 9 a game. I think he's already got 9.5. Over to Kennard. Launches the three. Short. McGee missed one. Makes two. And there's a foul, apparently a technical. And I believe, well, I hate to say who I believe when I'm not positive, who the official pointed to. There's a foul on a Wildcat of the technical variety. And that'll put Blackshear at the line, shooting 2. All right, shooting 1. Makes it a 7-point game, 2:19 to go. Half number 1. Leaning in is Blackshear, the miss. It is retrieved by Alvin. Over to McGee. Granberry to Kennard. Back over to Granberry. McGee down low. Granberry for 3. Got it. Averages 12 a game. A 36% three-point shooter. Bayi's got it out front. 90 seconds to play in the half. At the half, a conversation with Daniel Head, AD at Coastal Alabama. Whitehurst, long 3, but good. Trying to reciprocate on the other end of the floor is Bodie. Put back is no good from Alvin, but there is a whistle, there is a foul. And it is going to be Whitehurst charged with a foul. a Coastal North assistant coach from a year ago here in the gymnasium tonight. Now a coach at Kaiser University down in West Palm Beach. Checking out the talent that's on the floor. Good to have him back in Monroeville. Eugene Allen hits about a third of his free throws on a team that hits 68% of their shots from the stripe. The only Bishop State loss on the year occurred on an opponent's floor. They were 2-1 away. Meanwhile, Coastal North is 3-4 here at the house. Bay Eye at the timeline. Out front it goes to Blackshear. Kennard must have gotten a piece of that shot. And he's on the other end of the floor for an easy two. And the corner, Purifoy lays it up, lays it in. He'll have an opportunity for another. The bucket counts, and Granberry committed a foul. So Purifoy, who's got to be leading probably all scorers, but definitely all Coyotes, makes it a 7-point game. Wildcats outscoring the Coyotes by 13 in their first meeting in the first half. By 21 in the second half. And at halftime of this one, they will take a 7-point lead into the locker room. It is halftime of the half. Wildcats 41. Coyotes 34. Coyotes trying to get a sweep of basketball being played tonight. Earlier, ladies knocked off Albany Tech. Men playing Bishop State. 20 more minutes to go. It is halftime at the half. A conversation with Daniel Head. It is 1 minute away.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
It is halftime. At least we are airing this at halftime, but we are also airing this on YouTube, and it's not halftime there. So I guess we'll just say it's a conversation with the AD and all the Coastals, Daniel Head. How you doing, Daniel?
Oh, I'm doing great, Robert. Thanks for having me on today.
Hey, it is a delight, man. You have got to have a really busy schedule, and I think today's probably indicative. I mean, you've been at all the campuses that play sports, and, well, you've been to 2 of the 3, and the third is coming up. But you've also got a lot of construction work going on at Coastal. So how are you balancing all these different tasks?
It's just another day in paradise. I balance everything because we have a great staff of coaches that run their programs at a high level, and so they make my job a lot easier. I just am kind of go and try to facilitate things for them and provide opportunities for them to do the jobs that they were hired to do. So, we've got a lot of things happening. We've had a lot of things going on, college wide over the last year or so with some changes, and we're excited about the new look and some of the new facility things we have going. And it's a great time to be a Coastal Alabama Coyote.
There are so many changes going on. I'm delving into my brain as to which one to hop on first. Let's start with the Coyotes. Okay, so there used to be Sun Chiefs, there used to be Warhawks, there used to be Eagles, now all Coyotes. How has that transition to a new mascot been?
Oh, it's been incredible. The campuses, the communities, the student athletes, the coaches, everybody's bought in, and they see. I think they've finally, there was obviously with change, there's always going to be some apprehension, and there will be some resistance. But we had a good team that worked together to implement the change, and with a partnership with Rare Design and with our PR marketing department. It was just, they made things as easy as possible, and they've done a lot of when people start seeing the new look and the new logo, and I mean, we've already won some state and national awards with the new logos. It's just been a great, exciting opportunity, and the kids are really embracing it, and we're just excited about the future.
I like the new look. I like the new logo. The question I've got to have answered is, let's go back in time, because I'm assuming that when you go through this process of determining what is going to be that final one name that represents all campuses, that there's a discussion of a variety of names. So how were the Coyotes the final one decided upon?
Well, like I said before, Rare Design was they're a company that's what they do. They do branding and logo designs, and what's unique about their company is they kind of like to tell a story, and they want to learn about the organization. So this was a long, thorough process where they came in and they interviewed community members, alumni, students, faculty, staff. I mean, everybody that's been involved that would have an impact with the college, and they kind of wanted to understand what were some of the trends and what were some of the familiarities and what with all of our athletics and the communities and some of the characteristics, because obviously when you design a brand, you want it to represent some of the characteristics that you feel your organization has. And so through that, they determined some of the consistent things were loyalty and familial, but also intense and things like that. So they gave us a lot of direction to tell that story. And when we did release the rollout of announcing the name and all that, we had a video that kind of explained that process and explained why. And I know you aired that, so you've seen it, but yeah, that is a lot of where that comes from. And then we kind of had a few different options that we were talking about, and there were some rumors about different things, but we settled on the Coyote, and it also is a very prominent member of the community here. I mean, you can ride down the road at night, or you go, a lot of people hunt, live around rural areas and heck, populous areas these days where, you can find coyotes roaming around, and they have a lot of, cool characteristics. And then once we decided what we wanted to go with, their design team just did a phenomenal job on the look, and we couldn't be more pleased.
Obviously, we're limited at halftime because I think we probably can go through a couple of halves on the information about things going on in Coastal. So let me hop over to construction. A lot of renovation going on, and specifically having an impact on play in the gymnasium is the work there at Coastal South. So when do you think that gymnasium will be available?
Right now, we are planning on there's some games on the schedule in early December. I think it's December 3rd, 4th, something like that. We will be in the gym for those games. I actually just spoke with the project manager today. She's in Bruton. She's with another facility issue, or not issue, but another facility improvement in Bruton that we've been doing with the HVAC unit here. And she assured me that everything was on track for, basically when we get back from Thanksgiving break, to be able to at least, for most of the building to be accessible, but for all the, for practicing and games and all that. I mean, I went in yesterday, the bleachers are in, the floor's down, looks great. And so it's really proud of all the work and all the commitment. And, there's been a year of, a lot of people having to adjust and work around it. And that's a little frustrating, but you'll take a little bit of a frustration for a year to have long-term, a nice long-term solution.
For those of us who have not had the opportunity yet to go in and take a look around, what are the differences? I mean, do you still have at South that band stage on one end and the crow's nest about mid part of the floor? Is that still part of the makeup?
I don't think so. No, I think the crow's nest probably still there. The band stage is gone. It's just the bleachers, we've got the gold chair backs. They look really good in there with the black frame. It's the floor. We got a couple of neat surprises there on the floor that we don't want to reveal right now, but it's a really cool look there. It's just real clean and new goals assemblies, motors on the things that lift the goals up. I mean, it's and the bleachers were pushed in yesterday, so I didn't see them pulled out. Like I said, they just installed them last week. So that was my first opportunity to go in and look. So I got to kind of get a sort of a preview, but not a full functioning preview yet.
All right, let's hop outside of Coastal and into the conference where there's now two divisions, 1 and 2. You've got a Coastal that's a 1, you got a Coastal that's a 2. How has that been thus far? I know it's very early, and as a matter of fact, really some of the teams just now beginning division play, but how has that been?
Well, right. We just finished up our fall seasons, our volleyball, which volleyball in the state of Alabama right now is all Division II. So both of our teams play in the Division II conference. Our Coastal North team in Bruton, they finished third in the conference and went to the postseason and had a great year. And finished strong there. Our men's and women's cross country teams in Bruton. Our men's team is actually competing first year program. We finished 4th in the conference in the regular season tournament, and we qualified for nationals. So first year we're headed up this weekend. Coach Nims and her crew, they've just done an outstanding job of just taking on the new program and going out and working hard, and they're going to be competing in the national cross country meet this weekend in Huntsville. So that's another just unheard of accomplishment for a first team year program. So we're excited about that. Now we're rolling into basketball season, which that's where the D1, D2 really starts to affect. We have our Monroeville Coastal North teams are Division II. Our Bay Minette teams are Division I. So they'll play in different conferences. They actually play each other in non-conference also, and they've already played once in the non-conference. And actually, the women play tonight again in Monroeville. So we're getting those non-conference games out of the way, and then they'll start conference play in a few weeks. And the cool thing with all those sports is we have an opportunity to be conference champions, and at both places. Mm-hmm. There's no interconference competition. We could go win national championships, and at both, we'd have a Coastal South and Coastal North national champion. I mean, so that's one of the things that with the realignment, you want to allocate your resources to be smart and fiscally responsible. And so, we had 3 teams all playing in the same conference, and only one could be a champion. And that's kind of frustrating a little bit if you're allocating your resources all with only one opportunity, where this time we have 2 different teams that can have a clear direct path and not cross each other to be, conference champions, state champions, national champions, however that works. And that, I think that helps, show more viability and why we have multiple teams and multiple programs on different campuses.
Okay, now I got to ask, you got 2 Division II volleyball teams, though, South and North. So what was the thinking behind that?
Well, that's just that's the conference mandate. All of our teams are Division II, so that was kind of an exception to everything else. But all of the individual sports are the same, like your golf and tennis. But those are more of your individualized sports. The only major team sport like volleyball is the only one where we have the same, and that's just due to there's not an option for the conference. With international play being a Division I. In Alabama, you can't have international scholarship students. And so we're at a competitive disadvantage in volleyball because most of your highly competitive teams in volleyball are going to have basically probably 75% international players, and it's just a totally different game. And so, our conference has never been really competitive at the national level of Division I. So that we all moved to Division II, so we'd have an opportunity. Wallace Hansville won the conference championship, and they've got a legitimate shot to go win the national championship now. And, they've been a dominant team in Alabama, but they've never really had a chance to compete nationally in the national tournament in Division I over the past few years. So.
Daniel Head, always great talking with you. We hadn't conversed since last year, so I wanted to get you on the air so we could find out the latest in regards to Coastal. Great job. Love the Coyote logo and how that has transferred into a great athletic look. And we'll talk again during the course of the season.
That's great, Robert. We're proud of it, and thanks again for all you do for us. It's a great partnership that we have with JockJive, and just do a first class job, and we're proud to be able to have partnered with you guys and have this relationship.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, have a great evening.
You too.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master electrical and mechanical skills, process controls, hydraulics and pneumatics, and land a job that can take you anywhere. Start your path to a career that pays. Discover electrical and instrumentation technology at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Halftime 41-34 advantage Bishop State as we get ready for second half action. Second meeting and last meeting of the season between these two. And again, it is a game that does not have ramifications on conference standings. Part of the same conference, but different divisions now. Bishop State in Division I. Coastal North in Division II. So it really doesn't have any bearing on where you appear in postseason. And where Bishop State is concerned, against D2 teams, they are 2-0. Against D1 teams in the ACCC. Because you got a three-pointer to start things off. They are 1-0. So against the ACCC as a whole, 4-0 is Bishop State. Coastal North, on the other hand, 1-2 against D1, 2-3 against D2 teams. 3-5 overall against the conference. Joseph Frazier going to the strike. Coastal North trying to avoid what happened on the 20th of November when Bishop State outscored Coastal North by 21 in the final 20 minutes of the game. A little different look from one half to the other. Bayeye throwing it away, and with it is Kennard. Gives it over to Frazier. Bayeye, Blackshear, Purifoy, Whitehurst, and McIntosh on the floor to begin the second half for the Coyotes. The changes Bayeye in. Parker Williams out. He was a starter in the first half. Whitehurst the steal and the lay-in. For Bishop State, it is the same five that began the game beginning the second half. Frazier, McGee, Kennard, Alvin, and Cranberry. Over to Frazier, launches the three, it's short. Kennard's got it, and he walked with it. Back on the playground, we call that up and down. There is no up and down officially in basketball. It is a travel. Brown coming in. Out of the ball game is Alvin for Bishop State. I wonder if that was just, the games I was involved in. They called that up and down. Did everybody else call him travel? I probably didn't know it was a travel. Maybe that's a term I came up with. Up and down, but, hey, the rest of the guys followed along. Three-pointer from Whitehurst. Cranberry back out front to Bodie. Make that to Brown. Frazier to Kennard to Cranberry at the timeline. Gives it down low to McGee. Whips it over to Brown, and Brown will bank it off the glass. Bayeye's got it. Left side of the floor, works it right of the key, fires down low to McIntosh. He'll bank it off the glass. McIntosh held in check in the first half. Trying to get that 17-point per game average on track. Stolen away, Cranberry steals it right back. Down the floor to Blackshear, and he'll slam it in. And Bishop State will ask for time as we're back to a two-point ball game with 16:41 left to play.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast and start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
Well, you talk about multitasking. Got the iPhone camera working. Got the Nikon working. That's going the extra mile to capture the game. Watching basketball in Monroeville. Granberry fouled by McIntosh. I'll check that. Might be Whitehurst who committed the foul. Granberry, his 8th start of the year, has appeared in all 12 games this season for Bishop State. In play to McIntosh. Bayeye over to Whitehurst. Kennard coming up with a loose ball. McGee over to Kennard. Runs into McIntosh. There'll be a blocking foul on McIntosh. And Kennard will head to the strike. Kennard, a 42% free throw shooter, averages almost 8 points a game. And a 3-point game. It was a 34-point win for Bishop State when these two teams met on the 20th of November. Coastal North on that day held to their lowest output at 49. I don't think, unless they go absolutely ice cold, they're going to be held to 49 tonight. Back out front to Bayeye. Over to Whitehurst to Bayeye, top of the key. To the timeline on the left side, Blackshear. Screen and go, Bayeye from the elbow. That is Brown, who will drive and almost look like a bowling ball, knocking down pins. He had about 4 bodies on the floor. And Whitehurst is going to pick up another foul. Brown pushing that lead out to 4. Still a lot of basketball to go in this one. Non-shooting foul. Put in play to Bayeye. walks it over to the Coyotes' whiskers and then brings it to the timeline. Opposite side, Michael Willis, who has checked into the game. Blackshear with it out front. Bay with 2 on the shot clock. Rebounded by Kennard. Had to force the shot with time running out. From the corner, Granberry for 3. Bay with it out front. Willis to Purifoy, back over to Bay. Into the corner, left open there is Blackshear. Misses on the 3. Purifoy tried to shove it back onto the floor and does into the hands of Brown. Granberry to McGee. And that is into the hands of Trent Eager. Problem is Trent Eager doesn't wear a jersey. Head coach at Bishop State. Ladies coach up until about 2 years ago. Took over the men's program. The AD as well at Bishop State. Struggled a year ago, but I think it was last year, his first year. Last year may have been his second year as the men's coach. I know they struggled the first year that he was the men's coach, but they have certainly put it together this year, winning 10 of 11. And that's going to be thrown away in similar fashion on the opposite end of the floor by Durant. Timeout asked for by the Coyotes. 13:40 left to play.
What's up, y'all? Here at Coastal, Alabama. I'm about to go and get this leg day started. Let's get it. We're here again after it today. You're... Hey, let's go, baby. Let's ride. Yes, sir.
$13:40 left to play in this one. Bishop State with the advantage, but not a definitive lead. At least if you compare the lead of this one as compared to the lead at this time on the 20th of November. Wildcats to put it in play from the near sidelines. Left behind by Cogborough, able to get it back. Over to McGee, brings it to the elbow, trying to zip it down low to Kennard. Lost it, but got it back. Out front, tipped backcourt by Purifoy. Granberry loses it, Purifoy's got it. Lays it up, lays it in from the left side. Into the paint, nearly lost, but able to come up with the Kennard. Fires over to Granberry. And he buries the 3. To the glass, laid in by McIntosh. Three-pointer, Granberry in and out. Cogbara couldn't get it to fall back in. Loose ball, Cogbara's got it. And you got a timeout on the floor asked for by Bishop State. Conversation going on, and coaches immediately get in. They watched what happened in the prior game and watched Albany Tech finish with nobody on the bench and said, we do not need that to happen. Timeout on the floor, and 12-17 left to play.
About to start my day, but first, coffee. Here with my coastal crew. Woo! And that's how I end my day at Coastal Alabama Community College.
All right, there is a fella who is very passionate about the game, Chuck Taylor. Coastal North. Outstanding year a year ago, and you can go ahead and count on the fact that at the end of this year, at the end of the basketball year, he'll have Coastal North right in the thick of things in D2 ACCC basketball. A little conversation between players, but I don't think it was enough to bring out any punishment, any tax. I did not see the official indicate such. Nobody's shooting technicals. Nobody's been thrown out of the game. So if there were things issued, it was a double technical and one from each team charged, but I don't think that happened. Bodine got it back and influenced it over the rim. Parker Williams, Purifoy, lost it, time to get it, Bodine. Battle on the floor, Williams and McGee, and you got to jump on the possession arrow and gives it to Bishop State. .47 to go. 8-point Bishop State lead, an opportunity to build it to a double-digit advantage. And apparently there's a little moisture on the floor that's got to be tended to before we resume play, and that is obviously a very wise decision. A little moisture on a pristine waxed floor. Sends in directions that you hadn't planned on going. Granberry, handoff given to Frazier. Into the corner, trying to get it to Bodine. It is tipped out of bounds by Blackshear. Back into the corner, Bodine for three, short on the shot. And Frazier getting fouled by Kamayan Bell. And Bell will come off the floor. Willis will come in. Rayshawn Williams checking into the game for the Coyotes. And Blackshear will exit. comes Bayi. Out goes Williams. A lot of changes for the Coyotes. The only survivors from the break in the action was McIntosh and Purifoy. In and out and rebounded by Williams. And you got a foul as Purifoy brings it inside. Purifoy with a couple of misses. Kennard with a rebound. Floated in from the elbow by Granberry. And Bishop State will build that lead to double digits. Over to McIntosh. Bayi's got it. Floats it to the glass and drops it in. Out to Frazier. Nothing to the stripe, kicks it outside of the arc. McGee dips the three in and out. While in the air, Granberry gets the shot off, puts it in, and the lead's back to 10. As we get to the 10-minute mark. Nearly stolen away it is. McGee's got it. Bodine rejected by Williams. Durant and Whitehurst in. Bayi and Purifoy will come out. Inside 10 to go. Tipped out of bounds by McIntosh. And Bishop State will do it again, but this time from a different spot on the floor. Then closer to the corner. Tipped out of bounds again. And now a little more different spot. Over to Bodine. Into the paint. Slides through defenders. Got the bucket. Drew the foul. Has a chance for another. The N1 from Bodine. Make that Bodine, not Bodine. I'm putting an in there when it doesn't belong. Bodie, an 82% free throw shooter. 14 points a night for Bodie. Miss on the and one, rebounded by Johnson, Travis Johnson, who has checked into the game. The only backcourt able to save it. That was Durant. 3-ball from Whitehurst, no good. Frazier coast to coast for 2. And Frazier will be at the stripe, but he'll be there after the timeout. Coyotes want to talk with 9:09 to play.
What's up, y'all? Here at Coastal, Alabama. I'm about to go and get this leg day started. Let's get it. We're here again after today. You're... Oh! Hey, let's go, baby. Let's ride. Yes, sir.
9:09 to play in this one, a 14-point lead. Enjoyed at the moment by Bishop State. Still plenty of time to play in this one, though. Frazier at the line. Capping off the and one. McCants into the game. Williams back into the game. Bay back in. Blackshear in. All for the Coyotes. McIntosh on the floor as well. It's almost a completely different look coming out of a timeout as compared to the gentlemen who were on the floor prior to it. Over to Blackshear, given to Williams. McCants in the corner. Rattled in by McCants with a shot clock inside 3. Coming out of the corner is Bodie. Kennard with a give to Granberry. And there was a Kennard foul. The longest break maybe of the year coming up for JockJive. Let's see, what is today? 16th? And I don't think we've got anything until the 28th. 12 days. I don't know if we'll know how to behave with 12 days of no sports. We'll be doing the podcast with Mike Frazier next week, because December 20th is signing days. And the JUCO football players will be moving on. Some of them, most of them, lots of them. And we'll talk about it on the podcast. McGee with a lean in. And it is the JUCO Weekly podcast found wherever you listen to podcasts. Apple, Google Play, Spotify, you name it. And if for some reason you can't find it on any of those, Blackshear with a turnaround. You can find it at JUCOweekly.com. Frazier goes over to Bodie. Granberry back to Frazier, shoots the 3 over McCants. Tipped high into the air, McGee able to track it down in the corner. Loose ball, Payai picks it up. Flips it to the other side of the paint, and the McCants shot rejected by Frazier. And a foul on Frazier, too. Well, maybe not a foul. I think that's what's got Chuck Taylor so infuriated. Thought there was a foul on Frazier and not simply a blocked shot. Bayon and Blackshear in the corner. And there is a foul committed by Brown. Tipped out of bounds by Granberry. A couple of unhappy coaches. One call, Chuck Taylor not liking it. Second call, Trent Eagers not liking it. Out front to Williams. Lost it out of bounds, but off of a Wildcat. A 9-point game, 3-possession game, 6.5 minutes to play. There's a ton of time left in this one. McIntosh, the miss, just has not been able to get his typical 17 together. It's Brown for 2. Coyotes still playing without the services of Chi Evans. Suffered an injury about 3 weeks ago now. And we haven't seen him on the floor since. And I look to the bench and he's in street clothes. So obviously not available today. And with Chi Evans, you're talking about a guy that scores about 7 a game. He has missed 7 games now. Blackshear, a very good free throw shooter, 86%. Again, makes it a single-digit ball game. Brown out front to Granberry. Off Cogborough and out of bounds. Williams with a handoff to Bayeye. Back over it goes to Williams. McIntosh in the corner with it. And it'll go out of bounds off McIntosh. McIntosh out. Johnson in. Inside 5 to play. That's when you start looking at that clock a little more often. If you're in the team with less than the other. Tip by Frazier into the hands of Johnson. Blackshear's got it. And he will be fouled, bringing it into the paint. And if you're the Coyotes, you're content with this. Got your best free throw shooter at the line. You've got the clock stopped. Willis in. Williams will come out for the Coyotes. Blackshear makes it a 7-point game. Over to Frazier, bringing it baseline. Floats it over the rim. Cogborough, short of the rim. And a foul called on Johnson. It's got Kagbara going to the line. This is a very good free throw shooter. We have a tendency to stereotype the big guys who are dominant on the boards and think they're not good at the line. Kagbara is a 95% free throw shooter. He'll hit both. Extend the lead back to 9. Handoff given to McCants, back to Bayon. Over to McCants, Blackshear off on the 3 try. And Travis Johnson is going to be called with a foul again. And we are into the bonus of the 1-and-1. Forthcoming. Brown will shoot it. Hits the front end, earns the back end. In and goes to McCants. Blackshear lost into the paint. There is a foul. Coyotes into the bonus too. So we're going to be shooting free throws the rest of the night. By the way, got NFL football going on. Bengals in overtime. Knocked off the Vikings. Boy, what a job Jake Browning has done filling in for Joe Burrow. And at the half, Indianapolis with a 14-13 lead over the Steelers. Later, Broncos and Lions. Yep, we're at that time of the year where the NFL plays consistently on Saturdays too. Over to Granberry, back to Bodie. He'll do the scoop, missed the shot. Johnson committing the foul. And Bodie at the stripe. Bodie, a couple of free throws, the lead will go to 11. As we near the 3-minute mark. Back over to Payai. Willis with it in the corner. Bringing it baseline and able to put it back up and in. Over to Granberry. Coastal North's highest output of the year, 85. As Granberry Misses on the three. It is tipped out, but able to grab the board is Bodie. From the elbow, Frazier for two. Stolen away by Whitehurst. Cogbera lays it up and in. And those are buckets that not only widen the gap, but they are those stakes in the heart. Those are psyche killers. Williams coming into the game. Bay will come out. Inside 2 to go. And Whitehurst gets it inside 10 again, which means it's still within the realm of possibility. Blackshear out. Brayshawn Williams in. Johnson will go out. And Parker Williams will go in. Fan over to Kennard. Kennard with a miss. Whitehurst able to tear it down. Quickly to the other end of the floor. Shot up, shot in by Whitehurst. It is a 7-point game. Cogbera fouled. And the 95% free throw shooter is at the line. Cogbera, a couple of starts this year, has appeared in 10 of the now 12 games for Bishop State. Kennard coming out. McGee back in. Blackshear back in as Ethan Anderson will leave for the Coyotes. Williams over to Whitehurst. That is Whitehurst for three off the rim. Williams trying to track it down and goes out of bounds. And the Wildcats will have it. In play to Frazier. Lobs it. McGee throws it back onto the floor to Granberry. Big possession, Bishop State. And there may be a technical foul on Williams. I think Williams, a little extra verbiage, and the official was watching. So let's see what the decision is. Yep, a technical on Williams. And these are the foul free throws. I think the technical free throws coming up. No, those were the technicals. pushes the lead back out to 10. Devin McCain in. Granberry will go out for Bishop State. Put in by Willis. And the Coyotes will ask for time with 37 seconds remaining.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
We got all ages enjoying basketball tonight here in Monroeville, Alabama. Second of 2 games. "37 seconds remaining in this one. I'm sure they're talking basketball. You know, what would you have done in that scenario? That kind of stuff. "37 seconds left. "86-78 game. Put in play to Cogbera, and that's by design. His best free throw shooter as the recipient of the inbounds. And hope, hey, if you're going to foul somebody, foul me. And Cogbera is apparently fouled. Johnson committing the personal. And I think that is going to be it for Johnson. 5 fouls on Johnson. And he is coming out of the game. Kamayan Bell in. And Cogbera at the strike. Another shot clock off so we can remove your clock. 24 on the game clock. In an 86-78 game, Cogbera doesn't miss often. Did there. A little better than 9 out of 10 times. He's going to hit the free throw. Got Jack Buson in the game for Coastal North. He'll play the final few seconds. Blackshear missed the jam. And the instructions from Coach Eager is to hold it. And it looks like we're going to end with an 87-78 final. And your basketball here in Monroeville done for the days prior to Christmas. And we will head into the holidays with a 5-9 Coastal North team and an 11-1 Bishop State team with one more game to go before the holidays. They play on Monday against Reed State. We'll be back here next year in January in Monroeville, and we'll be back before the year comes to an end. Let's make sure this is a friendly little chat going on there at the bench. I don't think it is. And coaches trying to make sure everybody is separated and head to their respective lockers. They do not want a repeat of what happened earlier today in the ladies' game. That should do it. Thanks for watching our coverage. We'll see you on the 28th in Georgia, when Snow and South Georgia Tech begin the Lady Jets Christmas Classic. For all the folks with all the Coastals and with JockJive, I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody.